Oh my days, here we go again.
What's up, guys? And in today's video, we're gonna try to be productive. Yesterday, I got my run in, but I was just stuck on that doom scroll thing. So, today's episode is really not gonna be much. It's just gonna be me doing different things that I can to be productive. So, yeah. Sorry, guys, that was my mom. So, first thing on the agenda is we're gonna make breakfast, but not just my own breakfast. We're gonna make my parents' breakfast. I don't think I've done that since I was a little kid. So, I mean, they asked me to make them some breakfast because I don't know, but it's the start of the day, so let's get on with it.
We cut the legs off of our pants, threw our shoes into the ocean, sit back and wait through the daylight, sit back and wait through the daylight, slip and slide on subway grades, these shoes are poor man's ice skate, fall through like change in the daylight, fall through like change in the daylight, I miss your both lines of...
Let me explain real quick. So, I'm not trying to have a big breakfast because I thought to myself, it's only 23 degrees out. So I decided, why not go for a little run outside? And obviously I need some energy, but not a big breakfast enough for me to get a cramp or anything like that. So let me just finish this and get onto it. Another transition coming up. Oh, that was such a terrible transition. I'm back from my run, 10 miles over here. Well, actually he stopped mid-run, but what can I do? This is my average pace that I ran. Run today felt a little difficult. It was my first 10-mile run back, but otherwise, so I'm glad that I did it. But yeah, it was great overall. So I took some time to recover. Right now I'm kind of eating breakfast. This is 3 eggs with onions, bacon, butter, and bread. Picture this, but I had 2 more of these, so yeah. The next thing I'll probably do is clean my room. I'm definitely not showing my room. It's kind of a pigsty right now. But I'll see you guys once I finish cleaning. Oh, by the way, I'm done cleaning my room. I'm just enjoying some ice cream. Once I finish this, I'm gonna do some homework, and yeah. Alright, so I'm doing this little voiceover thing, and right now I'm just doing some AP Psych homework. And if you guys couldn't tell in the beginning, I made my parents omelets, which it was actually pretty good according to them. Finished cleaning my room, and now I'm going to church. And before you know it, my day was pretty productive, not gonna lie. So I'm pretty happy about that. I'm back from church, and in the meantime, I was able to finish my AP Psych homework that's due tomorrow. Now, with this, I also learned a couple of definitions which I feel like I should tell you guys about, and which could also hopefully help me remember. So there are things called attributions, and there are 2 of them. One's a dispositional attribution and one's a situational attribution. Now, dispositional means internal personal factors. Situational is, well, basically based on the situation that you think. Now, an example for a dispositional a dispositional attribution is where a student gives their assignment to the teacher late, and the teacher is probably thinking, oh, lazy bum. But then again, there's also a situational aspect where you don't see the other side of it, where the student hands the teacher the late assignment, and the teacher's probably thinking, oh, they probably have some family problem going on, that's why they handed it late. So there's dispositional and situational. Now, another set of definitions that I could give you is something called peripheral route perceptions. And this occurs when people are influenced by additional clues such as a speaker's attractiveness. Now, an example of that would be a celebrity. Let's say this celebrity, for example, they're endorsing a product, a product that people may not want to use or don't really have a reason to have. But it's the celebrity that counts, saying, oh shoot, my favorite celebrity is promoting this, I might as well buy it. And then that's basically an example of that. And a central route perception oh my goodness, the definition of that occurs when interested people focus on arguments and respond with favorable thoughts. And this works best when the audience is willing to think deeply about a message. That was an example of that, by the way. So, and finally, the last two definitions that I'll leave you guys off with is something called the foot in the door phenomenon. Now, this is the tendency for people who have first agreed to the small request will comply later with the larger request. Now, this was best used from Chinese people back when the US and China were in war. So basically the Chinese were giving some small requests for the Americans, which they eventually gave in, and then eventually it made the US agree on something else. I don't know what, but eventually the smaller gradual things led up to bigger requests, so to speak. And then the door in the face phenomenon is when someone just automatically requests something large and the person obviously says no. So the person who asked for the request is now going to ask for a smaller request, thinking that the person who said no will say yes, because that's how it works, because they said no to the larger one, so they might as well say yes to the smaller one. Easy, simple as that. So pretty much it. And I say today was pretty much a productive day. That concludes episode 3. And thank you for watching and listening to my definitions. And see you guys on the next video. Shoot, that was supposed to be a cool transition.